Esteemed Principal Mr. Madhusudan, distinguished scientist turned educational administrator, Professor Shiva Prasad, my young and energetic friends, Dr. Vijay and Dr. Mallikarjun, learned members of the teaching faculty, and my ever-loving professional comrades who are watching this webinar. I am immensely pleased to be a part of this webinar as it is organized to celebrate the 128th birthday of Dr. S.R. Ranganathan. Remembering Ranganathan is itself a great occasion. It is not just a mechanical activity of remembering and submitting our salutations, but it is a kind of a commitment that we are making today to intensify our services to the entire community of users we are serving in and around our institutions. Ranganathan was a versatile personality who was ever born in library science. His contributions are numerous, and those contributions are everlasting. It is our duty, it is our commitment to do justice to the contributions of Ranganathan by practicing them in our day-to-day life. Befitting to this occasion, Dr. Mallikarjun Mulimani has selected a theme which Ranganathan was always advocating. Ranganathan's importance for library service, his own philosophy of reference service has no parallel. He has given us such a wonderful ideas to work with, and those ideas, methods, procedures, techniques, principles are still guiding us, though we have shifted from the printed world to the electronic media. Information literacy, a game changer in the digital era, is such a relevant theme for all of us to think very seriously how sincere we are in attracting the attention of the users community, in bringing them to the library to explore and exploit the collections that we have made over the years. How sincere we are in rendering our services to the satisfaction of both the students and the teaching staff and the research community and other members in the vicinity of our library and in the vicinity of our institution. We have to think on this matter very seriously. We have to search our heart and see how best we have done, how satisfactorily we have done our duties and responsibilities in satisfying the user's needs, demands, requirements, and wants. Friends, just look at the present situation. Today, knowledge and information blending the people, and many are earning their living by sharing knowledge, by processing knowledge, by handling knowledge, by transferring knowledge, by giving knowledge to various contexts. And whether I, as a teacher, as a doctor, as an engineer, as an architect, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur, as a technocrat, I have to use that knowledge to work and see that the work is turned out. Satisfaction is derived. So everyone is in one way or the other engaged in knowledge transfer, knowledge development, knowledge organization, and knowledge communication. Dependence on knowledge and information is becoming increasing day by day. And knowledge and information have become such a vital components of our life, as vital as the farming skills of the agricultural age and basic industrial skills of the industrial age. 21st century information and knowledge matters more than ever. And to use them effectively for purpose, for a specific purpose, rests on some set of skills which are beyond our traditional base of reading, writing, and mathematical calculations. Information is everywhere today. It is gushing out of the press and the electronic media like a big deluge, huge deluge. And it is coming in different forms and formats in an unfiltered way. This raises the question about its authenticity, credibility, validity, reliability of the information. Information technology revolution is creating a new form of electronic interactive education that has to be bloomed into a lifelong learning system. Means at every stage, the user should be keeping on reading, like learning. In the present context, the speed at which we work makes us increasingly dependent on high quality and high accurate information. Information is becoming voluminous, I said, because it is fragmented into different forms and formats. It is duplicated in different places and locations. And it is our responsibility to think of accessing that information easily, quickly. Today, digital divide is not between haves and have-nots. It is between knows and non-know-hows. It is between know-hows and non-know-hows. Now, how to bridge a gap between the know-hows and non-know-hows? This is through implementing the information literacy. 21st century information literacy is the ability, a kind of an empowerment to seek the right information and use it effectively from different sources, including the suitable technology to retrieve it, to access it, and also know the typical form of storage of information in different sources of information. Today, in today's organizations, you have to take care of information because it is your main tool. But you must know how to use it. Many are not information literate, says Peter Drucker. Libraries have all along doing their best to create an awareness about the resources they have collected, about their activities, services, and the different connections they have to provide an access to the information. Regularly, all librarians are engaged in giving instructions to the beginners, taking them round the library, showing them the library organization and arrangement, showing them the different locations where the books on certain subjects are placed, introducing the person or persons working in that section. All these activities in the form of user studies, user education, bibliographic instruction, library tour, initiating a freshman. See, in this context, it was going on. But all these activities in today's context becomes irrelevant. And they have not fulfilled the expectation. What is that expectation? In developing the information searching skills. We have done all along, taking the horse to the water, but we never tried for making the horse to drink the water. Information literacy comes here to fulfill that process of making the horse to drink the water by enabling them to learn the skills of information search and accessing that information which is going to be very specific for their requirement. So information literacy is a kind of a literacy umbrella where the handle is the main literacy and other spokes are different forms of literacy. What are these different forms of literacy? Digital literacy, technology literacy, computer literacy, media literacy, visual literacy, research literacy. Like this, there are so many other things to be empowered to the users so that they can act, they can work, they can evince interest in their reading and writing. Why this information literacy is so seriously thought now? Our students entering the colleges are lacking basic research skills, information searching skills. They lack critical thinking skills. They lack decision making. They are not able to have their own self-directed learning, because what in the new education policy, on launching the new education policy, our Prime Minister was telling, our education system so far was trying to inculcate what to think, but not why to think and how to think. Now the responsibility is equally on us to create that kind of critical thinking, decision making, and self-directed learning by all the users for their respective purposes. Employers these days want a competent graduate who can be responsible, who can take up that responsibility of solving the problems, who can be a good partner in the productivity, who can bring out new ideas and new directions. Even the accreditation bodies these days, which are evaluating from time to time our higher education programs, our teaching learning programs, they are having some expectation that there are certain parameters which are to be fulfilled to be certified to grade an institution to that level. And employment market is based on the certification or the grade that the college or the institution is having. And the society at large these days wants educated people, those people which are well informed, and that people and those people are forming the base of the educated society. What we are seeing in reality now is, for many teenagers, internet is everything. They are now dare to bypass the library and go there and search and come back with great frustration, searching and searching and searching. Your role comes here as the best guides to tell them what is the difference between that and the library, which is established since ages, and how best you can access the right information for your right purpose. So information literacy structures the learning process itself. It enables the teacher to be a presenter, effective presenter, instead of presenting the prefabricated facts and figures. He has to articulate his lecture and delivery with full of evidence, case studies, and justifications. That is the advantage or the need for the information literacy. The responsibility of the library professionals is more these days than ever, because we have to convert every information user into an information literate. And we have to convert every human being to be a human resources. How a human being can be human resources? By empowering with lots of required information, which can create a kind of a competence in him to lead the life. So it is important for all of us to see that enormous information we have with us should be properly processed and presented to the user to satisfy his timely requirement. We have to look our library in a different angle. It is not just an information center. It is a knowledge center. What is the difference between an information center and a knowledge center? Information center is entirely taking care of the published information, which is available in all printed forms, even in electronic forms. This knowledge center is going a step beyond. Along with the published knowledge or explicit knowledge, knowledge center concentrates on implicit knowledge or a tacit knowledge, which is hidden, locked in the minds of the individuals and the groups and the institutions. Some of the very essential information is not revealed, not published, not shared as easily as we think. It may be for different reasons. That information is very much useful for a particular context. And you have seen in your life how some of the outstanding professors never show off, but they maintain their standard, nor they publish. So this kind of thing you have to bring out, list out, and see that how best you can explore the tacit knowledge and make it available to a particular context. So providing quality information, timely information, reliable information due to the influx of electronic resources is a major concern for all of us. We have enough of sources. They are compiled for the purpose of locating each and every bit of information in the print media or in an electronic or a digital media. We have discovery tools like JGate, Ingenta, Scopus, Science Direct, Amazon.com, Google, many are there to help you. Do you think that all these things can be referred easily by your users community? However qualified they are, efficient they are very busy. They are engaged in research, they are engaged in teaching, they are engaged in administration, they are engaged in other social contexts, they are engaged in preparing for several contexts, occasions. They have no time. They need a mediator. They need a consultant. They need an advisor. It is you who can work for them and give them. You have enough of databases, enough of electronic resources. Even a small library can have access to open educational sources which are freely available. Government of India through many agencies has made very good reading materials available from the big standard level, kindergarten level to the highest level. You must locate all those things, trace them, classify them, process them, and see that it is. You alone cannot do it, I agree. You cannot be a subject expert in all the subjects. You can take the help of your colleagues, teacher colleagues. Take them into confidence, sit with them and sort out what is required for us. When you have thousands of electronic books, which are of very high value, how to make them accessible? Only when you classify, list out, and communicate from time to time to the concerned that this is the way you have to do. This is the way you have to help. Our adolescents, our young generation, what we call Z generation, or you can say digital natives, we say, they are not that easy to handle. They are all amateur internet searchers. I can say only they are keyboard experts, but they cannot process the information the way you do. They cannot give a search query like you and reach at the right information in the mass of information. So you take care of these young generation and come up to their expectation in serving the information. But make them understand personal touch is more important than without consulting the library. Librarian can be a friend, a philosopher, and a guide, and can reach the user to a right location of the information. That you make understand. That is possible only when you develop that close relationship with the user's community. I agree, you are alone. You cannot do to every, because hundreds and thousands of students are there. But this information literacy has an impact, has that power of guiding each and everybody. There is a Chinese problem, which is very, very educative for all of us. If you give a fish to a man, he will ask every day. If you teach him how to fish, he will have it for his life. So when you are having them with you, give them such a enrichment or such a good awareness of the knowledge sources and their searching skills, that itself takes care of so many other activities. There are this tutorial for information power, TIP, some programs in the Western countries, in the developing countries also, where there are offline programs and online programs also, where some of the issues which are very important for the students community, either at the collegiate level or at the professional schools or at the university systems, introducing the university life or a college life, knowing your library, or information power, or information competencies and skills. Such kind of programs are already in existence. we have to also think of such things in our own level. If not individually, at least in your association side or set of colleges to coming together, prepare that information literacy kit, which can empower the students as well as the teachers. So develop specialization in that, and you can be again referred to do that job in other colleges, like doctors referring the cases to different doctors. So you can do that. So you have to master that first and carry forward that. All the 21st century librarians should remember and should promote that a good library and an effective information literacy program is the root cause for assessing or determining what is information rich and what is information poor, not the technology alone. Technology is a part of it, a tool which is used. But what we have done these days, we have glorified the technology. The shift from page to screen. Remember, the shift from page to screen, from printed book reading to monitor, computer monitor reading or mobile reading, needs lot of training, lot of education as regards to the multiple and ever-changing skills of comprehending, reading and understanding the things. So here the librarians are the expert practitioners. They are the masters in navigating in the information maze, because they have all the skills with them. From the beginning itself, it has been taught to them. Make use of those skills and see that skills are transferred. And where you can very well teach them and mitigate from their mind the misinformations, misconceptions, and plagiarism and the bad ethics of stealing from the one article or other page of the book, or how to handle that overload of information. All these things can be done. You have very good guiding tools for you to prepare your information literacy kit. Association of College Libraries, Association of College and Research Libraries, sorry, ACRL, has prepared a wonderful information literacy competency standards for higher education. It has got 5 standards, 22 performance indicators, and 87 outcomes. That is going to be a most valuable document for all of you, which is available on the net. And if you can read that thoroughly, and you will be able to prepare a wonderful information literacy kit to give literacy program in your respective institutions. Once Peter Drucker has reminded us, executives have become computer literate. Even the younger generation of executives especially know more about how computer works rather than more about the mechanical automobile or their own telephone system. Means they are pretending it, showing it, but many executives are not information literate. They know how to get the data, but they don't know how to use the data. This is the major problem. You can see that, you can test it. So database, we say everything is available in database. Number of databases available, hundreds and thousands are available. Database is just an information war, not an information. You have to process the information from the database. And this, see, knowledge is power. When it becomes a power, when it is put into work, then only knowledge becomes power. This should be your major trump card to show others how best you can make use of this. At the close of the 20th century, I remember Dr. F.W. Lancaster toured the India as a Fulbright fellow to propagate the message, dawn of paperless society. And that very person's lectures, articles were so sensational, and we were eagerly just looking at them and feeling very happy that a new society is going to emerge. But that very person, after 10 years, came back to India and started telling that we have glorified the technology and our librarians are mesmerized by the technology and they have forgotten their own ideals, their own principles, their own practices. Simply look at the UGC's Inter-University Center, InflibNet, has brought out a software, library software, SOL. And even today, none of us are in a position to work with it satisfactorily. Every librarian has a problem. What happened there? The computer specialists dominated, library scientists are suppressed. What librarian wants for his readers is not properly considered, and the system comes with so many flaws or some kind of disturbances. It is happening everywhere. So we have to work. You see, Nick has brought eGranthalaya. It has gone its advantages, provided all other librarians applying it should come together, discuss and communicate to the NIC, National Informatics Center, the advantages, disadvantages, pitfalls, everything. Then they will set right. He will take you as an advisory person there and make the things all right. So that way we have to work with the system and make the things correct, rather than simply developing a love affair with technology and forgetting your own ethics and your duties and responsibilities. So time has come now to pay a proper attention to integrate the technology with the tradition to facilitate better service, to explore and exploit all that vast information that is collected in the library. Information literacy is not domain of the library at all. They are all those who are concerned with education, research, production, development, investigation, innovation, are all concerned with information literacy. So it is not the librarian alone which can. That's why I am always telling you, take your colleagues together and sit with them, how best you can impress upon them that librarian also a teacher and a teacher's teacher, what Ranganathan has dreamt, what Ranganathan has told long back, by practicing and preaching them how good I am at the information that is contained in my library or information located elsewhere. It is very simple, I tell you. Every time syllabus is revised, new courses are introduced, new system of education is coming, and this is the peak point now. It is one of the golden opportunities that you have. You sit with your teachers, collect all the good materials that are published, even the electronic resources and the URLs that are there, giving that to institutions, open educational sources, everything you put together and sit with the teachers and tell them. And download all those important websites where different typical courses are offered here and there, give them. This is the most. And also sit with your placement officer or employment information bureau and work what is the job market and which course is having a job market. If you feed this information itself, a great input to the system to reorganize or set in a proper way the institutions or educational programs or research programs. So 21st century is not only the increasing and proliferation of information, but it is also a century which has made all the efforts to have fastest access to the information through emerging technologies that are converging and cutting edge technologies. So in order to survive in the knowledge society, one has to be very, very knowledgeable, means skillful in searching the information and see that the community which he is serving is properly empowered. Alvin Toffler has rightly said that the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, relearn. The essence of information literacy lies here. Learning how to learn, learning how to relearn, and learning how to unlearn. The enabling point for all these three things is to become a lifelong learner. Friends, my sincere appeal to you that within today's knowledge society, the most important learning outcome for all students in their being able to function as independent lifelong learners, the essential enabler to reach that goal is information literacy. You yourself as a voracious reader, skill developer, you can enrich the students' abilities and information competencies to bring out such a society which is going to be a building block for the society and to the nation. Your contribution in this direction goes a long way in the national development. I wish all of you can develop this taste for information literacy and go ahead with this to help the community and help the society and help the nation. With these words, I am very much pleased to acknowledge the gesture of Dr. Mallikarjun Moolimani and the Principal Madhusudan, and giving me an opportunity to be with you and share my stray thoughts. Thank you very much.